Okay, this is West Wing episode 2, season 1. So we got the pilot under the way. We met the characters, so we're going to get right into what's going to go on with the season. So so Aaron Sorkin, has a certain agenda across from him. The argument with Sorkin's writing is that he tends to not individualize the characters, where he basically has a mismatch of ideals in his script, and it seems like every character is basically speaking his voice instead of their own individuality. And what's going to happen in the West Wing, especially in season 2, when they really get cooking, is that all the actors in the show, the main prominent actors in the show, are really going to get their own individual voices. So in the beginning, I kind of there's certain lightness to the West Wing season 1. I know it got a lot of awards and got a lot of recognition, but I kind of think it's the weakest of the 7 seasons. So let's get to episode 2, where basically we learn about Bartlett's weakness, and it's foreign policy, because he's an intellectual, he's a very smart guy, he's a mathematician, he's an economist, and he has a weakness in foreign policy because he doesn't like violence. And of course, so his basically weaknesses and his ideals are going to be tested throughout the whole entire run. So basically we get right to what Bartlett's always will be his weakness about, his fight backness, and basically what he needs to do in terms of war and stuff like that. So this is what the episode's about, but it's also like the PR episode where basically it's about how the message is sent across, and what the mistakes that the first year administration is making. So kind of a cool episode. When you're watching this in 1999, you're hooked in because the writing was so rich, and you're going into a world that we're all kind of obsessed about, but we didn't really know much about until he came along. And of course, it's the argument is that it's not really the West Wing, but it's his version, or the liberal version of the West Wing. But whatever, it's still good. That's my review.